Good morning, sir. Good morning, classmates. I am Sharina Katunggal, and today I will be reporting the lesson 4, the self in Western and Eastern thought. Different cultures and varying environment tend to create different perception of the self. One of the most common distinctions between cultures and people, the Eastern versus Western dichotomy, wherein Eastern represents Asia and Western represents Europe and Northern America. So, ang ibig sabihin lang ng binasa ko sa introduction is, tayong mga tao daw ay mayroong pagkakaiba-iba pagdating sa kultura, kinagisnan at paniniwala. Dahil iba-iba tayo ng mga pamamaraan kung paano tayo pinalaki at natuto ng mga bagay na alam na natin, o yung mga kaalaman natin, o yung mga nakagisnan na natin. Ayun. And then, katulad na lang ng mga tatalakayin natin na lugar at mga tao na mayroong iba't ibang kultura, kinagisnan at paniniwala. And yung Eastern and Western dichotomy, kung saan yung Eastern is nire-represent niya ang Asia and ang Western naman is nire-represent niya ang Europe at Northern America. It must be understood that this distinction and the countries include with politically colored during their inception. Thus, we should be more open to other cultural differences in the perspective, formation, expression of the self, other than what we will discuss in this lesson. The Philippines alone, each region may have a similar varying perspective regarding the self. So, ang ibig sabihin lang ng binasa ko is, kahit daw sa Pilipinas na mayroong iisang national identity, mayroon pa rin pagkakaiba-iba ang mga tao kung paano nila nakikita ang kanilang mga sarili. Dahil iba't iba tayo ng mga personalidad o mga katangian sa ating sarili, katulad na lang ng pagiging matulungin, tahimik, masiyahin, and iba't iba din tayo ng mga karanasan sa buhay mula sa ating pagkabata hanggang sa ating pagtanda. And then, sa pagkakakilanlan naman ay maaaring tumutukoy sa religion natin, yung pagkakaiba ng religion natin, and then sa kasarian kung ano tayo. Yun. The self is not just an extension of the family or the community. It is part of the universe, one of the forms and manifestations of the Tao. H.O. 1995, the ideal self is selflessness, but this is not forgetting about the self. It is living a balanced life with society and nature. Being open and accepting to change, forgetting about prejudices and egocentric ideas, and thinking about equality is as well as complementarity among humans as well as other beings. H.O. 1995, in this way, you will be able to act spontaneously because you will not be restricted by some legalistic standards since you are in harmony with everything. So, ang ibig sabihin lang ng binasa ko is, being a person is not just about being part of a family or a community. It's about being part of the whole universe, connected to everything and everyone. So, being an ideal person daw ay kailangan dapat hindi ka selfless na tao. Hindi ka makasarili. Hindi yung puro sarili mo na lang yung iniisip mo. Dapat iniisip mo din yung kapakanan ng ibang tao sa paligid mo sa bawat kilos at aksyon na gagawin mo. Kung makakabuti ba o makakasama ito sa kanila, hindi lang sa'yo. In that way, mas magiging maayos ang flow ng lahat and magiging maayos yung pamumuhay mo dahil kasundo mo lahat ng tao sa paligid mo. The third belief is Buddhism. There are various groups who have adopted Buddhism. Thus, you may find differences in their teachings with our discussion, but more likely, their core concepts remain the same. The self is seen as an illusion born out of ignorance, of trying to hold and control things or human-centered needs. Thus, the self is also the source of all this suffering. H.O. 1995. It is therefore our guest to forget about the self, forget the cravings of the self, break the attachment you have with the world, and to renounce the self, which is the cause of all suffering, and in doing so, attain the state of nirvana. H.O. 1995. Sa Buddhism daw, naniniwala sila na ang pag-iisip na tayong mga tao ay hiwalay sa mundo ay nagdudulot ng pagdurusa sa ating mga tao. Ang tanging paraan daw para makalaya tayo sa mga pagdurusa natin is isipin daw natin and unawain daw natin yung katotohanan na tayong mga tao daw ay konektado sa lahat ng bagay dito sa mundo. And dapat mayroon tayong tamang direksyon at mabuting layunin para daw makamit natin ang nirvana o yung isang state ng kalayaan at kapayapaan. Bearing the previous lessons in mind, Western perspective does not discount the role of environment and society in the formation of the self, but the focus is always looking toward the self. You compare yourself so you can be better. You can create associations and bask in the glory of that group of your self-esteem. You put primacy and developing yourself. Sa Western culture naman is mas madalas silang nakafocus lang sa sarili o sa self nila, and ini-encourage nila yung mga tao na kung paano yung mag-focus lang sa sarili nila at kung paano i-improve lang yung sarili nila, and madalas nilang ikumpara yung sarili nila sa iba, and they only focus on improving their self, showing their talents, and mas gusto nila na mas maging magaling sila kaysa sa iba dahil in that way nabuboost yung self-esteem nila. One can also describe that the Western thought looks at the world in dualities wherein you are distinct from the other person. The creator is separate from the object he or she created, in which the self is distinguished and acknowledged. Walter 2012. On the other hand, the Eastern perspective sees the other person as part of yourself as well as the things you may create, a drama in which everyone is interconnected with their specific roles. Walter 2012. So, dito naman is yung the way of thinking ng Western and Eastern culture. Kapag sa Western, they see their self separate o nakahiwalay sa mga nilikha nila. And then sa Western culture naman, they see everyone as interconnected o walang mataas o mababa sa kanila, lahat pantay-pantay. Yung Western culture, it emphasizes yung individuality and independence. Yung sa Eastern culture naman is yung thinking nila in-emphasize yung interconnectedness and interdependence. Several studies showed that Americans, for example, talk more about personal attributes when describing themselves, while Asians in general would talk about their social roles or the social situations that invoke certain traits that they deem positive for their self. Glittman, Gross, and Reis-Burge. 2011. Evaluation of the self also differs, as Americans would have highlight their personal achievements while Asians would rather keep a low profile, as promoting the self can be seen as boastfulness that disrupts social relationships. Glittman, Gross, and Reis-Burge 2011. And then sa mga Americans naman, when they talk about themselves, nagpo-focus sila sa pagsasabi ng personal qualities nila. Katulad na lang ng pagsasabi nila ng yung skills nila, kung ano yung talents nila, yung personality traits nila. Well, sa mga Asian naman is mas prefer nila sabihin yung roles nila sa society, yung sa pamilya nila, yung sa trabaho, ganun. The Western culture then is what we would call an individualistic culture, since their focus is on the person. Asian culture, on the other hand, is called a collectivistic culture, as the group and social relations is given more importance than individual needs and wants. By valuing the individual, Westerners may seem to have loose associations or even loyalty to their groups. Competition is the name of the game, and they are more likely straightforward and forceful in their communications as well as decision making. Eastern or Oriental person look after the welfare of their groups and values cooperation. They would also be more compromising, and they tend to go around the bush in explaining things, hoping that the other person would feel what they really want to say. Sa Western culture naman is mas madalas silang nakafocus lang sa sarili o sa self nila, and ini-encourage nila yung mga tao na kung paano yung mag-focus lang sa sarili nila at kung paano i-improve lang yung sarili nila, and madalas nilang ikumpara yung sarili nila sa iba, and they only focus on improving their self, showing their talents, and mas gusto nila na mas maging magaling sila kaysa sa iba, dahil in that way nabuboost yung self-esteem nila. Parang ayun. It must be emphasized, however, that these are perceived general commonalities considering historical or colonial past as well as the effects of migration, intermarriage, and social media. The variation between the Western and Asian perception may either be blurred or highlighted, whereas conflict is inevitable in diversity. Peace is also possible through the understanding of where each of us is coming from. So, yung history, migration, intermarriage, and social media is nai-influence ng mga ito yung pag-iisip at pakikitungo ng mga tao na may iba't ibang kultura. Kaya iba-iba din tayo ng mga pagkakaunawa sa mga bagay-bagay. At dapat natin iyon igalang para magkaroon tayo ng peace. And dapat natin iyon igalang para pagpapakita na rin ng paggalang sa mga iba't ibang kultura na mayroon yung iba't ibang tao na nakakasalamuha natin. Theorizing the Filipino self. It has been a trend for colonized countries to decolonize their perspective in order to see themselves from their own social and cultural experience. The Philippines was not left behind by recent studies pushed forth by Filipinolohiya by Prospero Covar, Pantayong Pananaw by Seo Salazar, and Sikolohiyang Pilipino by Virgilio Enriquez. Ibig sabihin lang ng binasa ko is, tayong mga Pilipino ay gusto din natin na makita ang ating mga sarili na ginagawa ang mga bagay na mula sa ating sariling kultura. Sa ating sariling kultura, at walang halong kultura ng mga mananako sa atin, para masabi din natin sa sarili natin na tayo ay isang Pilipino. And mayroon tayong mga paraan para mapag-aralan ang ating mga kulturang Pilipino. And ilan dyan is yung sa mga nabanggit ko sa PowerPoint. Yun yung mga pwede nating pag-aralan para maunawaan natin yung kultura ng yung sarili nating kulturang Pilipino. Utilizing tradition, native language and concepts, and even folklore, they uncovered a more context-appropriate perspective of looking at the self, especially with Sikolohiyang Pilipino. Enriquez described the Filipino self or personality as a shared identity, specifically connected to the concept of kapwa. Edman and Camayco 2000. Pepua and Protasio Marcelino 2000. Accordingly, we place importance to values that promote cooperation and social acceptance, because we see the other person as fellow human beings and part of who we are. Edman and Cameoca 2000, Pepua and Protasio Marcelino 2000. That is also why we have concepts such as hiya, utang na loob, and pakikisama, which reflect how we relate to other or want to be perceived by our kapwa. Ang sabi dyan is yung Filipino culture daw is pinapahalagahan nila yung kapwa, or yung ibig sabihin is shared identity. Yung mga Pilipino daw ay tinitingnan nila yung mga sarili nila na connected sa mga taong nakakasalamuha nila. And pinapahalagan din nila yung mga konsepto na mayroon sila, katulad na lang ng hiya, utang na loob, pakikisama, dahil ang mga konseptong ito ay nagpapakita ng paggalang at pakikisama sa kanilang kapwa, yung mga nakakasalamuha nila kapwa.